The morning mist rolls over the African mountains. A thin silver veil that hides secrets olden than time. A helicopter lands on a grassy ridge surrounded by whispering trees. The door opens, and Clara Bennett, an English wildlife researcher in her, steps down. She breathes in the heavy air of the jungle, humid, alive, full of promise and danger. She records into her small camera, her voice calm yet filled with awe. Expedition Day Van. Locals call it the Silver Valley, a place said to be cursed. I don't believe in curses. I believe in silence that's been forgotten.
Beside her stands Rafik, a quiet local guide who has lived all his life near these forests. He watches her unpack, shaking his head. Miss Clara, this jungle. It keeps what it wants. People who go in don't always come out. Clara smiles lightly, determination flashing in her eyes. Then we'll just have to be careful not to vanish, won't we? They move deeper into the forest. Vines hang low, insects hum, and somewhere far off, a deep rumble echoes like thunder. The sound unsettles Rafik, but Clara stops, listening. Something in that sound calls to her. That night, while recording bird calls near their tent, she hears it again. Heavy breathing, slow and deep, like the heartbeat of the forest itself. The light of her flashlight trembles as she turns it toward the noise. Between the trees stands a massive figure, watching. Not a man. Not a shadow. Something ancient and powerful. The eyes glimmer softly. Intelligent, curious. And then, in an instant, it's gone. The jungle returns to its endless chorus, and only the echo of her own breath remains. At dawn, Clara finds enormous footprints near the riverbank. She kneels, brushing her fingers through the wet soil. "Silverback," she murmurs. Rafik whispers that no one has seen such creatures here for half a century. "Then we'll be the first," she says, excitement glimmering in her voice. They follow the tracks through dense foliage until the trees open into a breathtaking clearing. Waterfalls shimmer in the sun, mist catching the light like diamonds, and there, on a rocky ledge, stands a giant silverback gorilla. He is majestic, muscles rippling, eyes steady and calm. Clara freezes. She slowly lowers her camera. For a long, silent moment, the two simply look at one another. Human and beast, separated by species but bound by the same pulse of the earth. "You're not a monster," she whispers. "You're magnificent." He exhales softly, turns, and disappears back into the trees. Days pass. Rain begins to fall. Heavy, endless. A storm shakes the forest. Their camp floods. Clara and Rafik take shelter in a cave, water rushing past their feet. Lightning cracks, and in one blinding flash, she sees him again. The same gorilla, sitting just outside the cave, staring into the storm. He is unafraid. His massive chest rising and falling like the rhythm of the rain. She hums a soft tune her father once sang to calm frightened animals. The gorilla tilts his head, listening. For a few seconds, they share something wordless, a stillness too fragile to describe. When morning comes, the storm is gone. The valley below glows with mist and sunlight. Clara follows the tracks left behind and discovers something extraordinary. A hidden paradise untouched by man. Waterfalls cascade into clear pools, flowers of impossible colors bloom everywhere, and stone ruins, half swallowed by vines, rise like temples. Feels sacred. And there, by the river, the gorilla sits, watching fish glide through the water. Clara steps forward slowly. He doesn't move. She sits across from him, leaving a small fruit on the ground. After a moment he reaches out, takes it and eats. Their eyes meet again, softer this time. "We're not so different," she says quietly. Over the next days, the bond deepens. She studies him, how he moves, how he protects the valley, how gently he touches the smallest plants. He begins to approach her without fear, mimicking her gestures. Once, when she slips crossing a stream, he catches her by the arm. She laughs through tears. "Thank you, big guy." In her notes she writes, "He isn't just surviving, he's guarding something. This valley isn't cursed. Sacred. Then everything changes. The hum of helicopter blades returns. Clara looks up startled. It's Dr. Langston, her sponsor, arriving with armed men. Clara, he says coldly, you led us right to it. She realizes too late. He's been tracking her transmissions. He doesn't want to study the gorilla. He wants to capture it. Tranquilize it, he orders. We'll extract what we need for the genetics division. Clara screams. No. He's not yours to take. Gunfire explodes. Birds scatter. Kuro, as Clara now calls him, roars with earth-shaking fury and charges to defend her. Bullets tear through leaves. Kiss. Clara grabs Rafik, pulling him behind a boulder. Kuro smashes through the trees, scattering the men, his roar echoing through the mountains. But a shot hits him in the shoulder. He stumbles, bleeding, yet still lifts Clara in his arms and runs through the jungle. Rain pours again as thunder rolls. He reaches the waterfall cave and collapses. Clara cries, pressing her scarf to his wound. I'm so sorry. I brought them here. He breathes heavily, eyes flickering with pain but calm. She stays with him all night, humming the same melody from before, the storm raging outside. When dawn comes, light filters through the cave, touching his fur like gold. Clara speaks softly. When I was a child, I saw a gorilla behind glass. My father said they have eyes like ours. I didn't believe him. Until now. She holds his hand, his enormous fingers curling gently around hers. Outside the hunters search. Langston, furious, sets fire to the forest to flush them out. Smoke thickens. Kuro stands, wounded but determined. Clara begs him not to go, but he steps into the burning light, turning his great head once toward her. A silent goodbye. He lures the men away, roaring through smoke and flame, vanishing among the trees. Gunshots, screams, then silence. When the smoke clears, the jungle is blackened, wet with rain. Clara searches desperately until she finds him near the river, lying still among the ashes. She kneels beside him, trembling. Please, open your eyes. He does just for a moment. Their hands touch one last time before his breathing fades. The rain begins again, gentle and endless, washing the blood into the river. The forest seems to cry with her. Weeks later, London. Clara stands in front of a hall of scientists. On the screen behind her plays footage of Kuro, alive, peaceful, sitting beside the waterfalls. Her voice breaks as she speaks. He wasn't just an animal. He was a guardian, the last heartbeat of a world that existed long before ours. And we destroyed it because we couldn't understand it. The room is silent. Some wipe tears from their eyes. She ends the presentation and walks outside into soft English rain. The city hums, distant and cold. She closes her eyes and listens, and for a fleeting second she hears it again. That deep, slow breathing, the sound of Kuro's life echoing through the wind. She smiles through tears. Goodbye, my friend. The camera drifts upward into the clouds, where the rain fades into mist. The sound of the forest returns. Birds, wind, and one final distant roar.